You might recognize this dish if you happen to have eaten lunch in the courtyard on Rodeo Drive in Beverly Hills anytime in the 1980s. This dish and the rotisserie chicken were immensely popular, selling hundreds of orders every day. Normally, arrabbiata is such a simple dish that any novice can make it, but this was Beverly Hills, and customers don't want plain simple food there. They want something that you can't make yourself. It took me a couple of weeks to perfect this dish, but it's still the best arrabbiata I know of anywhere, if I do say so myself. Grams of cherry tomatoes, take them off the stems, and then wash them and dry them. I have the tomatoes here that have been coated with some olive oil and coarse salt. And over here I have some shrimp that are defrosting. This is what the tomatoes look like after being broiled for about 20 minutes. And you're going to let these cool down. I've got 60 grams, about 2 ounces of bacon here. This is a strongly smoked, very flavorful bacon. I'm just going to cut this up into slices. You can use sliced bacon if you have it. The bigger pieces actually works a little bit better for this. I'm not going to boil this time. I'm not going to boil it first. It's going to be cooked directly. And the bacon is cooking with. We're not trying to render out every last bit of fat here now. We just need to cook it enough that there's enough fat in the pan to brown the shrimp shells. That's all we need. So maybe 5 or 10 minutes, low to medium low. This is extra easy to prepare. I've got one whole head. I'm just going to trim the root end off, and then I'm going to cut the whole rest of it. Yeah, and that's all the work you need to do for the garlic for this. You're going to use it just like that, and during the same time we can prepare the onions. We're just going to give it a very coarse chop. That's all we need to do. Okay, we've got a fair amount of fat off of it now. Now I'm going to add the shrimp shells in with the bacon and start browning these. And after these cook for about 5 minutes, I'm going to push them off the edge. I'm going to take this garlic clove that was put in half, and I'm going to put it cut in half right there. I'm going to put it right in the center. Cut side down into it. I'm going to leave this sit for about another 5 minutes, just like this. No more stirring it. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes. Now I'm going to add those onions to the pan. I'm still not really stirring it. I'm going to give it now about 5 more minutes. Okay, just see when it's ready. When you lift it up and you see it's got some nice color on the garlic. This is what it should look like with the garlic. It's been browned nicely. Into the blender we have the tomatoes and all the contents of this pan, and scrape out the ones that the pan that the tomatoes were roasted in. Then we have the bacon, the shrimp shells, the garlic, all of that. It also goes in here. And put a lid on it and start processing it. I might have to stop it and shake it a little bit. Scrape it down the sides. And eventually you get it to the point where it will blend. Then the contents of the blender have to get put into a sieve and rub through it as best you can, as you'll see. When it's time to serve it, you get a big bowl. You put some butter in that. You got a pot of water that's almost at a boil. And you have another pan heating, a non-stick pan that's getting hot. When it is hot, I'll add the olive oil to it, and we'll start cooking the shrimp. after you've got the pan already hot, you're going to add about a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil to this. Then some red pepper flakes. How much you add is up to you. If you like it really spicy, add a lot. I'm going to add just, I'll add like 5 cents just to get this thing going. And then some salt over the top of them. Just going to cook these for about a minute, and then we're going to transfer them to a place to hold until the rest of the dish is ready. So it's been a few seconds. I flip them up on their ends. We don't need to cook these absolutely all the way through because they're going to be cooked a little bit more in the sauce just before we serve it. We give it some color. Also use the shrimp to flavor the oil. You can feel the texture. You feel the shrimp starting to get firm. That's fine. It's time to move them off. Save these off to the side. Now we add from this sauce that we prepared earlier, a good amount of this. Quite a good amount. Cook this in the same oil. When this starts to thicken up a little bit more, reduce a little bit more, then we're going to add that suave wine. This is about the same time. Now that this sauce is starting to thicken up, this is about the same time that you add the pasta to the water. Okay. When this starts to really thicken up, which is about, you can taste it now too, and see if it needs a little bit more pepper flake. In fact, I just did, and it does need a little bit more, so I'm going to give it another pinch. Now I'm going to add also the wine. It's about 45 milliliters, about 1.5 ounces per serving. So, because I'm only making one serving here, I'm only adding 1.5 ounces of wine. And now the point that all we really want to do is cook this enough to get the alcohol burned off of it. And that's not going to take very long. Meanwhile, the pasta is finished. The alcohol is burned off. I have turned the heat down to 0. And I'm going to now add the shrimp back into this to warm them back up, but they're not going to be cooked this way because they're already cooked before. And this is basically done now. Now it's just a matter of plating it up. This pasta cooking, we're going to put it in with butter, and the heat from the pasta and the water is going to melt this butter. Just going to leave it sit like this for a minute while I take care of the other stuff here. We'll stir it around then. Now the pasta's had a few seconds in that butter. I'm going to toss it around a little bit here. And start getting it ready for plating. Got it down. I'm going to put some Parmesan over the top of this. Also, little spritz of fresh lemon juice. Just a few drops to help liven it up again. A little bit more Parmesan. And then take some sprigs of thyme and just peel off the leaves and kind of put those over the top of it. I'll show you what it looks like in just a moment here. Also look for my cocktail book, Cocktails of the South Pacific and Beyond, Advanced Mixology, available through Amazon online.